What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. Everybody should like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Excuse me. On network, got a new TV show, man, called Cherish the Day. It was a 2-night premiere, Tuesday and Wednesday night. I think we got a shot. Now, the only reason why I'm gonna say we got a shot is because I know Ambitions did not make it. That is. You know, when I was watching this show, it just reminded me so much of Drake. And I'm gonna get into why. So anyways, the first episode, it comes on, like, they got this thing where it show the time, like 1:26 a.m. Now, I ain't getting caught up in all that, I'm really not. So, we meet the two main characters, Gently James. She's from Carson, Los Angeles, or some part of LA, I don't know. But she is she loves to travel. She's a free spirit. She's very independent. She's prideful, etc., etc. Dark skin, natural hair, petite, all that good stuff. Then we got Evan Fisher, the main male character, and he's Drake. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's Drake. I mean, just point blank period. So, pretty much the first episode, Cicely Tyson is in this TV show as well. Excuse me. And she's playing a lady by the name of, I believe her last name, Luma Johnson, I believe. But I know it's Miss Luma. I know Miss Luma. And Gently James is the caretaker of Miss Luma. Miss Luma is a unappreciated black creator who did not get the credit she deserved for, the roles that she played and depicted in different films and, things art-wise that she was in back in her heyday. Now, I am going to go ahead and say this now. I know Cicely Tyson, Miss Tyson, Queen Tyson, she said she ain't retiring until she can't do it no more, but baby, Miss Tyson, I think it's time to put it down because, no offense, but I mean, she can only play the same role on every TV show or movie that she played in from, and she can only be an elderly person, a grandmother, somebody who needs some type of living assistance. So it's okay to bow out, Miss Tyson. We love you. We appreciate all the work that you've done in the past, but let's just let it go. So anyways, we also get introduced to Evan's sister. Her name is, what's her name? But anyways, his sister's met his best friend from college named Nick. And, I just kind of, but anyways, so the story of episode 1, because episode 2 is far more entertaining from my perspective. Episode 1, Evan was taking his daughter to some type of shindig at the library, motivational speaking. I don't know. He's he's a tech guy. They both appreciate, different cultures and they embrace different cultures. The only difference is Gently travels to those cultures and Evan, enjoy those cultures from, where he is in Los Angeles. So, Gently is in line. She's trying to return books that Miss Luma Langston, that's her name, Luma Langston, borrowed over a year ago, and she has a hold on the account for over $200, and she's trying to, she basically took a dare from Miss Luma, saying that she can't get them to waive it. She accepted the fact, and Evan is in line. He's trying to hurry up and get out because whatever his niece is at is about to be over, and so he goes up to the register and, try to help resolve the conflict or whatever the case is, and even offers to pay. And she says no. She being Gently, she said Miss Luma is a queen. She deserves the respect and flowers, and she can waive the fees because Miss Luma Langston is a historic, queen, and he knows Miss Luma Langston, and that's kind of where the connection falls, etc., etc. So, moving on, he left, the library, and somehow or another he did the most light-skinned thing there is to do. He went on Instagram. He looked her up on Instagram, Gently James. He found the IG. Now, he double tapping photos, and then, he slid into the DM as only Drake could do. He was like, "Hey, I'm Evan. We met today at the library when you was trying to return, Miss Luma's books. I really would like to take you out sometime. You seem like a great person, yada, 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 yada." Now, and he just reminded me so much of Drake, because, the dark-skinned brothers, they slide into the DM and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm the guy from the library. I was wondering, XYZ." Like, Evan broke it down step by step by step, only as Drake could do. So, of course, she, go on his Instagram, stalk his page with Miss Luma. She showed Miss Luma pictures of him. Miss Luma was like, "He's not your type." And she was like, "I don't have a type." And Miss Luma was like, "Yes, you do, big and dumb." And so she decides that she gonna give him a chance, or whatever the case is, to meet up. So Evan is dropping his niece off. Apparently the niece and the mama, the niece is young. She may be a 13, a little young girl. The niece and his sister butt heads a lot. Like I say, Nick is his best friend from college. I don't even know that's his real sister. He just called her sis pretty much the whole episode, every scene she was in. And he was gonna stay for lunch, and then Gently hit him up and told him to meet her at the address, and he pulled up. I'm thinking they finna go and do the black thing to do and go in the barbecue joint, but they went to the cheesecake joint right next door to it. So, it is what it is. We would have went to the barbecue joint. At least we had to do both. I'm not just going, I don't eat cheesecake, but I'm not just going to get on dessert if a barbecue spot is right next door. Makes zero sense. So she orders for him. They go outside, they sit down, and she was like, "Pick one." She had a strawberry cheesecake and an Oreo cheesecake. She was just messing with him, saying that whichever one you choose says a lot about you. And he reads the situation like, if I choose the strawberry, you'll think I'm sweet and kind. But if I choose the Oreo, you'll think I'm, addicted to the chocolate or something like that. And so, long story short, she was just testing, joking with him. He chose the strawberry, and she was like, "Good, because Oreo is my favorite." So that was that. Then it's time to leave, and she was, she tells him that, ask for a ride or whatever. She need to go and get a flatbed because she need to go pick up a refrigerator for Miss Luma. And so he gives her a ride to her people crib, and on the way he talked about, wanting to branch off from what he's doing with the tech company he working for now. Talk about he wants to start his own company called Zawi in Zimbabwe or something. That means strength. I don't know. It's just what he said. I don't know. This show is very full of different cultures, and I ain't really gonna pay too much attention to it. And so, long story short, over the ride, they pretty much just create this bond, and the bond was pretty much centered around Luma's Langston talent that is unappreciated. That's pretty much what the bond was centered around. So they arrived to her people crib, and obviously they are two different types of people. She come from the rough side of town. He come from the good side of town. He went to Stanford, got his degree, did all of this, and she pretty much, once she graduated high school, she wanted to tour the world. So every chance she got, every dollar that she earned went towards her traveling, and her Instagram page showed that she's a true traveler. So, that was pretty much that. So anyway, she pulls up. She introduced him to her parents. Her parent name is Ben. And obviously they're in the hood, and he worried about the Tesla getting stolen. Ben told him, like, "Look, don't nothing happen around here without my say so. I'm gonna make sure you good." So they hop in the El Camino, ride up to Carson to the appliance store. They closed, so they go to a little juke joint, where a little arcade joint where they can get some wings, play a few games, and create this little bond. And All of a sudden, they're on the back of the El Camino. I remember back in the days, one of my friends had an El Camino in high school, and hey, I don't know why they stopped making them. Truth be told, ain't nothing but a truck that's that's a car truck. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then you throw some 20s on there back in the day. I mean, you doing some nice paint job, throw some 20s on there. The El Camino looks good. So then they sitting on the back, and she decides to ask the question about his first kiss, or something of that nature. And he was like, nope, I'm not doing this. We're not doing it. We answering no questions about, that type of stuff. And I don't blame him, man. When you start talking about stuff like that, it could go left real quick because other questions arrive, and et cetera, et cetera. And so she said her first kiss, and then obviously he was a dummy. He did the Drake thing once again and answered the question. He was like, yeah, my first kiss was in the basement of the church, something. And somehow or another, she was just like, oh, you didn't get out of the house much. And he was just like, nah, I was just pretty by the books, home, church, and school. And her response was, I was lucky if I made it to school 2 or 3 days of the week. And then this where it went south. He asked, where was your parents? And she, put a guard up and got defensive. And she told him that, her dad was killed in gang violence, and her mother passed when she was younger or something like that. And Ben took her in, changed his life, and raised her the best that he could, which is why she really appreciates him. So now she's just over it. She just want to go pick up the fridge and go home. So they go back to the appliance store. She measures the fridge and figure out it will not fit in Miss Luma's house, so they made a blank trip. And he trying to apologize on the way out, etc., etc. And they get in the back and forth about the question that he asked, or whatever the case is. And she was just like, well, I'm finna leave, and I can either leave with you or without you. And once again, he did the light-skinned brother thing to do. He said, well, leave without me. First off, if we come together, whether we break up there or not, we leaving together. Like, I'm not about to Uber, Lyft, or walk miles back to my vehicle just because we got in an altercation. Like, we can stop talking to each other from this point forward, but we can definitely stop seeing each other once I get back to my destination to pick up my ride. Like, I mean, it's just stupid. So anyways, he lifts back to the hood to get his car, and when he got there, like, he wanted to go in the house so bad to apologize and be like, I'm so sorry, I was out of line, asking those questions about your parents, etc., etc. And, she just felt like the way he asked the question was in a judgy way, but he assured her on multiple times that it was not in a judgment way. He was just asking because you kind of said something that was alarming. Like, I was lucky if I only made it to school, 2 or 3 times out the week. So that's pretty much how episode 1 went off. So episode 2 comes on. I forget what they was doing because I just recently watched it at the gym. But episode 2, we get introduced to Gently's best friend. Her name is Rika. And they are on, and need to remind you now, this is the one problem I have with the show. This is a year and a half later. Episode 2 is 1 year and a half later than when they went their separate ways. Gently and her friend, they on their way to an art exhibit. And she asking about Ty. Apparently, Gently talking to some dude named Ty. They just hooking up. And Gently thinks it's just a hookup, but Ty looking at it as, that she's his. And so, upon arrival to the art exhibit, guess who's there? No other than Evan as well as Nick. Gently sees Evan first and tell Rika, oh my God, I forget what she said. Because they both called each other by where they from name. She's from Carson, and he's from, we'll just say the Bay. Because, I really don't know. And so, it was telling her, what Miss Luma said, you got to look at his watch and determine whether he's worth the time or not. And Rika was like, he the only brother in here with a Hublot. He's worth the time. And so, he over here talking to Nick, talking trash about Carson, etc., etc. But lo and behold, they bump into each other somehow in the art exhibit. And they just kind of rekindle things, you know what I'm saying? And, they both, I mean, they just doing a little too much for me. Like, it's been a year and a half and y'all just pick back up after one little day together. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, so, long story short, she asked him to pretty much, she was like, we going bowling later at 3 o'clock. Here's the location. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pull up, pull up. And once again, he did the Drake thing and say, maybe I'll see you then. Bruh. Like, she knew she had him. So, he shows up to the bowling alley. Ty is there. So, Ty see Gently. He go over to Gently. He brush all up on her, kiss on her neck. Evan sitting right there. And she just like, this is awkward. Like, because before she seen Ty there and, her friend Rika was like, how this gonna go? Like, you show this a good move. And she was just like, we gonna see. And so, she wouldn't, like, she put that man in an uncomfortable situation. But nevertheless, he persevered. He just sat there. He said to himself, man, I can't be feeling the ways. She had a life before and after, we met, and it has been a year and a half. So, it is what it is. So, she dips off to the restroom. But she goes to talk to Ty and tell Ty, look, don't make this more than what it is. We hook up. That's it. That's all. Go on about your business. Because she say, when I tell you to hit me up, you only good for a text. When I say let's go out, you only good for a booty call. So let's just call a spade. And I agree. So she go back to bowl with him and she pick up some nachos and, Evan, he got knocked over and sprung his ankle by, I think it was some kids or something knocked him over, he sprung his ankle. So then they go to the ER. They in the ER and, ain't nowhere to sit. She try to act the nun ladies where they allow Evan to sit down because, he just hurt his ankle. And the lady said, I'm here consoling my sister Frances. And so, Gently made a joke about it and was like, the nuns from Sister Act would never have done them like that. And I agree, the nuns from Sister Act, you know what I'm saying? They just classic. So they sit down, it takes forever for him to be seen, and they just sitting there having conversations, and then he sees Ty text her phone, and she did a smart thing. She played it off good. It was a Jamaican couple in their mind, and they was over there arguing with one another. And so she starts speaking in this Jamaican accent and create this whole situation, man, where, her husband cheated on her with another woman, and he was playing the best friend, man. And so they were just having a Jamaican conversation back and forth and back, and she got out of the Ty text. Like, bro, you seeing this nigga just takes her phone? Like, it don't take a genius to put two and two together. Like, that's bruh from the bowling alley, because he probably read the message. So then it's time for him to get seen. She goes home. He don't want her to go. He was like, hold on, nurse, let me say something to her. Like, he leaned into it, leaned into the wheelchair. He wanted to be like, he was like, I really appreciate you, coming and sitting with me this whole time, and, et cetera. So I'm just like, bro, look, you doing too much, man. Like, thank her, ask her if she can wait, because you ain't gonna be able to drive home, but it is what it is. So she leaves, gives him the gummy bears, and she bounced, and then afterwards, he hobbling on crutches, and he don't know how he gonna get home. So he called Nick. And then he sees the valet pull his car around, and then he tells Nick he gonna call him back, but he didn't. And come to find out, Gently came back and she drove him home, and now he's, super impressed. And Nick goes to the hospital to pick him up, and guess where he at? Home, because he ain't called Nick back. So anyways, they get to his crib. She loving it. She seeing the art. She see all the vinyl records. She feeling him. He play all these funky different music tunes that I ain't never heard before from, and she just, got her little skinny ass up in there dancing and doing African dances. And I don't know what she was doing. She was in there dancing while he was just enjoying himself. And so, you already knew they was going to hook up. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was she ended up going to the restroom to, freshen up them natural curls. You know what I'm saying? She was just making sure the pattern hadn't fell out yet. You understand what I'm saying? And while she was in there, she seen a bra. She came out, she flipped, and he was just like, wait, baby. we've been through this a year and a half ago, and I don't want to feel that feeling again. I don't want to lose you like this again. I know you say you don't trust, but I want you to trust me because I really do like you. I see this going somewhere, and I'm just like, boy, this show got potential. We got two different people from two different worlds, and we got him acting just like Drake, and her on the other hand, I ain't really put a personality on her just yet. I kind of just want to call her Badu. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, she got this little brother wrapped around her finger, man, and it's great. But other than that, that's just a quick recap of the show. I hope y'all check it out. Next week, I'll be into it a whole lot more. I mean, come on super late. Y'all got to give me a little chill time. 10 o'clock, I'm in the bed sleep. So, it is what it is. But until next week, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode in the comment section below. Happy Thursday. You know the vibes. Be sure to like, comment, and share. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.